Hello students, welcome to Notebook Video Lesson. Today we shall discuss the chapter Primary Activities. We all know that early humans were hunter-gatherers who depended on nature for their survival. Simple tools were used to hunt and kill animals whose skin, flesh and hide was all utilized by the cavemen. However, today this hunting has taken an ugly turn where man uses technologically advanced methods to poach on animals and utilize one or two products of the dead remains. Today, human beings have come a long way from being mere hunter-gatherers. However, humans still practice several primary activities for their survival. Primary activities are those activities which are directly dependent on the utilization of Earth's resources. It includes agriculture, pastoral activities, forestry, fishing, mining, and quarrying. Hunting and gathering is one of the earliest primary economic activities. Gathering as an economic practice is prevalent to this day. It is carried out mainly in those areas where unfavorable weather conditions, such as the high latitudes of Canada and Chile, low latitudes of the Amazon basin, and along the fringes of northern Australia. This economic practice involves the least amount of investment and also has low yield. There is no surplus for commercial purposes. However, in modern times, some gathering activities are done for commercial purposes. For example, gatherers collect valuable plant extracts like quinine, tannin, nuts, barks of trees, and medicinal plants and sell the products in the market after simple processing. With time, the early humans graduated to the practice of pastoralism. Pastoralism is the domestication and rearing of animals on pastures or land used for grazing. Pastoralism is of two types depending on the economic outcomes. It is carried out either at the subsistence level known as nomadic herding or at commercial level known as commercial livestock rearing. Nomadic herding or pastoral nomadism. Nomads are people who have no fixed, settled homes. They travel almost continuously along established routes. Pastoral nomadism is rearing livestock for food, clothing, and transport. It is a primitive activity where herders move with their livestock from one place to another in search of food and water. The main places where this practice is still prevalent are the tundra region of Eurasia, areas in southwest Africa, Madagascar, and Mongolia. Based on the several geographic factors, different animals are reared in different places. Examples: sheep, goat, and camel in the Sahara, yak, llamas in Tibet and Andes, reindeer in Arctic areas. The practice of transhumance is also associated with nomadic pastoralism. This involves migration of pastoral herdsmen from plains to pastures on mountains during summers and back to the plains from mountain pastures during winters. An example of transhumance practice is the Bhotia or Bhot tribe and the Gaddis of the Himalayan region migrating to the plains in winters. The numbers of traditional nomadic herds is on the decline due to the imposition of strict political boundaries and new settlement plans adopted by different countries. Next we come to commercial livestock rearing. This is a commercial practice that involves capital investments and is practiced on large tracts of open land or ranches. These ranches are divided into a number of parcels, which are fenced to regulate the grazing of the animals. Most ranches have only one type of animals, such as sheep, goat, or horses. Countries like Argentina, New Zealand, Australia, Uruguay, Mexico, and United States of America practice commercial livestock rearing. Animal products such as meat, wool, hides, and skin are processed and exported to different parts of the country and the world. Our next topic is agriculture. Agricultural practices have evolved with time. Based on the methods of farming, different types of crops are grown along with livestock rearing. The main agricultural practices are subsistence agriculture, slash and burn agriculture, plantation agriculture, extensive commercial grain cultivation, mixed farming, dairy farming, Mediterranean agriculture, viticulture, horticulture, cooperative farming, collective farming. Let's study each of these types and see how they differ from each other. Subsistence agriculture. In this type of practice, almost the whole of the local crop output is consumed by the farming community. This type of agriculture can be grouped into two categories: primitive subsistence agriculture and intensive subsistence agriculture. Primitive subsistence agriculture is also called shifting cultivation. This is mostly practiced by small tribal groups or local communities living on the fringes of a forest. In this type of agricultural practice, a small piece of land is cleared by lighting a fire while the remaining ashes add to the fertility of the soil. Thus, shifting cultivation is also called slash and burn agriculture. This practice is not preferred as it leads to the deterioration of soil fertility and also affects forest vegetation. It is known by different local names in different parts of the world. Examples: Ladang in Indonesia and Malaysia, Milpa in Central America and Mexico, and Jhuming in northeastern states of India. Next we have the intensive subsistence agriculture. Intensive subsistence agriculture. There are two types of intensive subsistence agriculture. Intensive subsistence agriculture characterized by dominance of the rice crop. In this type of farming practice, the land used for cropping is small and there is no machinery involved. Intensive subsistence agriculture dominated by crops such as soya bean, barley, wheat, and sorghum. North Korea and Japan practice this type of agricultural practice. With that, we come to the end of the first part of our video lesson. We shall continue with our discussion in the next part of this video lesson. See you soon.